Use the auto fit button and height slider to get your character to the right height. Then make sure that the center line goes down the center of the pelvis area. Then head over to the skeleton tab. You can generate skeleton placement markers with the skeleton template button. Skin tokens is much more accurate but slower, and centerline is much faster but less accurate. I use skin tokens to generate the markers for this demo. Since we have a standard biped here, we can just start with a biped skeleton. Now snap your skeleton to all those placement markers. Hold down V to snap the joints to the markers. Hold down Shift to just move the individual joint. Toggle on the aimers to reorient your joints. The templates are never perfect, so it's best to offset your joints to get them in the right place. After placing your skeleton, this is always a good place to save. Now let's head over to the skinning tab. Press Generate Skin to use skin tokens to solve your skeleton and mesh skin weights. This will take a couple minutes. For most situations, you're ready for Unreal. But for the skinning artists that really want to go in and paint the weights and get them exactly right, I will show you the suite of Armature weight painting tools. For every module on your rig, a procedural animation is generated for every joint in that module to help you with skinning. Always the first problem area is in the armpits. I will show you some simple tools to quickly hammer out those bad weights. Press the paint button to go into paint mode. Use the selection sub-tool to go into selection vertice mode, and press the hammer button to smooth out those weights. Next, we'll make a selection of the bad verts in the armpit area. Use the lasso select tool to select an area. Once the selection is right, you can use the hammer button to hammer those weights out again. Use the copy and paste weight button to copy and paste weights from one vertex to any other amount of selected vertices. In selection mode, double-click a mesh to select that mesh shell. Use Shift plus left and right brackets to grow and shrink your selection. Use the mirror button to mirror your weights, either from left to right or right to left. Change your selection mode to face to grab groups of vertices. let's clean up this front part of his outfit. Sometimes I'll work backwards with my selection, so I'll select the whole shell and then deselect what I don't need. I'm just experimenting at this point. I'll come back around and actually flood this to 100% on the pelvis to get it ready for maybe a dynamic joint later. Here's where I flood it all to pelvis. First I select all those verts, then go into paint mode. Next I'll set the brush to 100% for the flood. Then I'll grow my selection to hammer out the transition. Another common problem area, like the armpits, is between the legs. The hammer makes it really quick to smooth this area out. First I select just the middle points, then hammer that out. Then I'll grow my selection and hammer out the transition. After skinning most of the model, I realize my knee placement is a little bit too low. You can seamlessly go back to skeleton mode to non-destructively make those adjustments. And instantly, the joint placement is updated. But we still need to fix the skinning. For the demo, I do this part really quickly. I would never actually do this in production, so don't follow my steps exactly here. Do a final check on the toes, but those look pretty good already. And we should be ready to export now. Press the export button to get the options. Add UE IK bones to add IK joints for the hands and feet. Choose center pelvis over root to move the pelvis with the skinning attached over the root joint. Match rest pose will rotate the arms to match the UE skeleton. And when in doubt, just turn them all on. Here's the rig after the rest pose has been applied. And here are the UE compliant IK joints. And just for comparison, here's before the rest pose. And now your character is ready to be brought into Maya or Unreal for a Fabricator rig to be built on it.